I realized this year, when Black Friday came and went, I realized that I finally have a thing. Like the things that my mom and her friends and anyone older than me had when I was growing up. I finally have a thing that I can look at a kid and say, you have it so easy. Back in my day, on Black Friday, you used to get your shit rocked. We would duke it out in the aisles, fighting like savages for a toaster that you couldn't afford the rest of the year. All you have to do is go click, 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 and then the deals come to you. Black Friday used to be an event. It was the closest that we've come as a country to the purge. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, like, okay, you are a Best Buy. You are a Best Buy somewhere in America. You know that you got 100 people camped outside from the night before to get these TVs. You know 300 more people are coming to get these TVs. You know you only have 12 TVs. Why is there an inventory issue now? Do you know what I mean? This is the recipe for a riot. This is the exact equation. 100 plus 300 minus 12 is bricks. How did you not plan better? And then you'll know, remember the footage. We'd see the footage from Black Friday all over the country. People just wailing. People punching old people in the face. We were watching our society crumble. And like, there was never like a police presence. The first year caught us all off guard, all right? I don't even remember what year it was, maybe like 2006, whatever. First year that Black Friday came and it was like, everyone started fighting and everybody charging through to get in and stuff like that. It took everybody by surprise. I get it. The next year, you should have prepared. One day a year where we would just go absolutely batshit. You never saw anybody get arrested. They're on the news. Do you know what I mean? Like their faces on the news fighting, like fighting for the toy, right? And then like trying to hold on to a toy and they getting their licks in between gripping and readjusting their grip on the toy. I wonder if now that it's so easy, now that Black Friday is just this formality where you just, click, click, get the deals sent right to your house. I wonder if anyone who engaged in the violence is embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, because think about it, because you couldn't have known what the future was going to bring. But if you had just been a little bit more patient and let the technology catch up to the demand, you wouldn't have had to rock so many nanas. You know what I mean? And just telling that story makes me sound old because there are young people right now who will never understand what any of that was like, So now I'm sitting here, I'm talking to my grandkids, and I'm like, your nana got curb stomped for me to get a PS5 because she loved me, all right? Oh, it's absolutely insane. Black Friday used to be such an event. There was one year when I still lived in Louisiana that day after Thanksgiving, me and some friends just went to the Walmart to watch. Because we got there a little bit before they opened, and there was already a line, a couple tents. I was like, this is going to be good, all right? And then more people started showing up. We had no intention of going in, right? Just more people showing up. And I had locked in on this one guy that was like doing stretches. But he was doing the most inefficient stretches I've ever seen in my life. Because he was trying to do the hamstring stuff, but he was just popping it. He wasn't like holding it. He was like, I was like, he gonna get hurt. That's the one's gonna go down first, right? And then sure enough, they opened the door and he got stands going. He's ready to get in there. And they open the doors, everybody rushes in. I don't know what he tripped on. But this man went down immediately. And then in the distance in the parking lot, all we could see is just every time somebody stepped on him, one shoe would go up. Like he was out here floating top to bottom. You could tell every time he got stepped on. I was like, I hope he's all right. It's been a while since I've been here. It's been a little over a year since I've been in Arlington. And in that time, I've been through some things. There's no good way to tell an establishment that you're in. And this is all over the country. There's no good way to tell them that the bathroom is out of toilet paper. It don't matter if you speak to the manager, just someone on shift. There's no good way to say y'all are out of toilet paper that make you seem clean, all right? Because you just trying to help. But when you walk up and say, y'all out of toilet paper, when you make a definitive statement like that, you're saying some things without saying them. And you making people wonder something. You making people ask questions about you as a person, because then that means that either you didn't wipe or you finished the toilet paper, which somehow still makes you seem nasty. Like, now we all know that toilet paper is not this like infinite resource that just goes on in perpetuity for the end of time. We know that eventually the roll will end, but if you the type person that ends the roll, what are you doing with your life? That rolls end when you go to the bathroom. Because when you think about it from their perspective, everybody else went to the bathroom and everything was fine. But then when you went and you came out, all of a sudden we don't have any more toilet paper in the building. Sounds like a you problem, right? I'll be vulnerable for a second. I was at a Denny's. I was at Denny's with some friends, and I went to the bathroom. And you never want shit at a Denny's. That's never the plan. That's never something you're doing on purpose. You know what I mean? That's either an emergency or you're trying to make room. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to go to the bathroom, right? I thought I could go ahead, I could power through, but in the end I was like, there's no way I'm hitting a grand slam with what I already got going on, so I don't want to waste food. Let me go ahead and go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and then I went to the bathroom, right? And I'm sitting there, and then I went to reach for the, and I didn't feel it. It was just air. It was like just air where there's supposed to be toilet paper, and it's such a natural motion that you're not even looking when you reach. Because you know toilet paper is supposed to be there. Like, reaching for toilet paper that's not there is like... You know, like when you pray and your prayer don't get answered? And you're like, well, what is all this for? You know what I mean? Why do we have civilization? And so then I reach and I don't feel anything. And I'm not even thinking about it right away because I'm on my phone. So then I just reach a little higher. So I'm like reaching a little bit higher. I still don't feel anything. It's still nothing but air. And it's such an odd feeling when you go for something that you think is supposed to be there and then it's not. Like, you know, like when let's say you're on your phone or something, you're not really paying attention and you're walking up the steps and then you take that extra step, but then there's no extra step because you're at the top of the steps and then you go like... And you didn't trip. You did the opposite of trip. You're still upright, but you feel weird. You're like, oh, wow, all right, that was odd, okay. That's how it feels, because I'm sitting there and I'm reaching. And then finally I reach up and I feel raw roll. Like I feel the cardboard of the roll. So then, and I don't know why I did this, but like I even flipped it just in case something would fall. So I flipped it. I even heard the like, duh, 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 duh. Like it was truly nothing. This was a raw roll now. There's nothing on it. It's bone dry, right? And I don't even know why I did that, because it was instinctual though. I was like, there's gotta be something here. Life isn't this unfair, you know what I mean? And so and you know, like when you walk into a room and you go to flick the light switch on and the lights don't come on? Now you know that if the lights don't come on, that the bulb is blown, but you will still sometimes turn it off and turn it on one more time just to be like, maybe I didn't give the light a chance. You know what I mean? Like maybe, let me go ahead, flick it off, flick it on, because that was my fault. I ran in here too quick. The light didn't even know I was going in this room. Let me give the light a chance to act right, you know what I mean? And then flick it on, flick it off. And then when it doesn't come on the second time, you're like, oh, the bulb is blown. But sometimes you just do it to be like. So I'm sitting there and now I'm panicking. Because what am I gonna do? What do we do now? Because the last thing I'm gonna do is stand up, put my pants on, walk out there, and walk up to someone and say, y'all out of toilet paper. That would be insane. But I also can't live here. And so I'm sitting there panicking, truly panicking. I know I'm panicking because I'm sweating. And I know I'm sweating because it's all over me. And I know it's all over me because I don't have anything to wipe it with. I'm sitting there, what am I going to do and everything? And then I see the door opens, right? And this Denny's had one of those like 2 bathroom, like stall, 2 urinal, 2 sink setups, right? And so somebody walks in, and when they walk in, I'm looking under the stall door a little bit. I see black shoes, and I'm like, okay, that's some hope. And then I look through the crack, and they're washing their hands, and I see a red shirt. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a uniform. That's an employee. I'm saved. But now I got to get his attention in the least upsetting way possible. Because you don't want to just be a disembodied voice in the bathroom going, y'all out of toilet paper. So then I'm in my mind at the time, in the moment, the only thing I could think to say was, help. Which as soon as I said, I was like, that's not. Because now he don't know what type of help. Like, am I stuck? It's like, does he need an ambulance? Is this doctor help? And so I said, help, and he said, what? And I said, y'all out of toilet paper. And he was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, give me a second. I'll get you. Finishes washing his hands, walks out of the bathroom, and maybe forgot me. He never came back. That man never came back, right? So now I'm sitting in here, and I'm devastated, right? Because every second that goes by, I'm like, he gonna be back here any minute. Yeah. So I'm not even worried for the first whatever minute. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Josh. Why is this story so long? Why didn't you just text one of your friends at the table to tell them to tell someone, hey, y'all had toilet paper? I forgot to mention earlier, my phone been dead, all right? My phone died when I was doing this. And so then I'm sitting there waiting. I don't even know how long. And then another person comes in, right? Once again, I see black shoes. Oh, look through the crack, red uniform. Oh, doesn't even seem like the person before. They're washing their hands, right? Doesn't even seem like the person before. And I didn't yell help this time. I had learned my lesson. So I was just like, excuse me, I know this is weird. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But y'all are out of toilet paper, and I've been in here quite a while. Because I didn't want to seem indignant. This is not this person's fault. But still, I've been in here for a long time now. Like, this person didn't come back for help or anything. This is very upsetting. Y'all got that A rating outside. I could turn to a C real quick, okay? I just want to let him know I'm in dire straits out here. And, you know, he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then he went, you know, and left and then immediately came back. And this is how I can tell you he was a hero, right? Because on the other side of the stall, I can hear him picking at the roll, trying to get, you know, because you know, like when you start a new roll, how those first sheets glued. They like it's insane. Why do you have to waste 9 sheets just to get the roll started? We've been to the moon, and we still have to rip up and throw away a bunch of sheets just to get the first sheet that's usable, right? But then he ripping it up for me. I was like, this man's a saint, you know what I mean? And then we didn't know how he was gonna get it to me because he can't just like lob it to me like that, because this is heavy. This is industrial sized toilet paper. He will knock me out if this lands on my head. And so my man, I don't know. It was weird between us just because we're dudes. Like if this was a woman in this situation, all she would have to do is be like, girl, they're out of toilet paper. Be like, girl, I got you. And then, you know what I mean? But as men, we don't have a relationship like that. Like if there's any chance you about to see dick, y'all better been to war together. I'm not just seeing random penis. Even if you are my friend, we not that close. Like, no. Right? I'm not doing anything where I have a chance of seeing your... No, I don't want to... So then, my man, like the hero he was, he bowled it to me. Under the stall, I could see the trail coming, and it was hope. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then I grabbed it, and I picked it. I was like, bro, thank you so much. I'm so thankful. He's like, no, you good, dog. I was like, no, you don't understand. I was in here forever, right? Like, I was out here drying, dog. Like, thank you so much for saving me. You saved me, right? And he's like, no, it's really okay. I was like, no, I just want you to understand how appreciative I am. And he was like, bro, are you still are you wiping? Like, are you still talking to me? And I was like, I'm sorry, man. I just really been here a long time. And it's like, I don't even know how long because my phone died and everything. I don't even think he heard that part because when I opened the door, he wasn't there. But yeah, I've been through a lot.
Put your hands together. Start clapping right now for the incomparable Just Johnson!
I've had quite a week still trying to distill all of my thoughts and feelings around the presidential debate. Okay. I live in New York, and in New York there are a lot of parks, and in some of those parks, you'll see, it's like an iconic thing about New York, that there'll be somebody playing chess in the park, right? And sometimes they're just 2 old men playing chess or checkers. Sometimes it's somebody that's like, hey, I'll play anybody, I'm practicing for a tournament. And a lot of times, it's somebody who's playing chess, but they're playing for like money. Like, you put 5 down, I bet you can't beat me, and I'll put 5 down, and we'll see. And then, you know, speed chess as well. They got the clock next to them, bow, bow, right? And I've played before, and I'm not good at chess. And it's crazy how fast you can lose. Sometimes I'll be playing chess in the park, and he'll be like, checkmate, but it sounds like there's no way. Then I'll grab, I have a chess book. And I'll look at the board and look at the book. Like, damn, okay. That wasn't that many moves. I don't know what else I was supposed to do. You know? And I don't know, I feel like watching the election and watching the debate felt a lot like that. It felt like bad chess moves. We've watched a lot of debates that Trump has been in, and we've gone 2 for 2 this year with having remarkably historic debates, both of which were like, whew. You know what I mean? Like you get done and you're like, whew. Felt like I was up there. And there was a moment in the first debate that was echoed in this debate. There was a moment back when Trump was debating Biden, and I've talked about it before, where there's a second there where Trump looked at Biden, and for a split second, he wasn't trying to be president. He wasn't even trying to debate. He was literally like, hey, he good? Like, no, y'all, stop. Is he good though? It was a different tactic than we've ever seen before from Kamala debating Trump, because she debated him the way that I think a lot of us might debate him. You know? I'm not gonna speak for anybody in here, anybody listening to me. I don't know if you're like a political analyst. I don't know how involved you are with politics, but she debated him the way that I think we debate him sometimes in our heads, which is to be like, what did you just... Because most politicians are not... Hear me out. Most politicians don't behave like people. And when I say that, I want you to understand, I mean, maybe they care about people, maybe they care about getting something good done, maybe they care about forwarding their agenda, but they don't react to things and they don't behave like people, like just regular people. It's why they feel fake. It's because they can't just be like, oh, shit. You see, man? Do you see what I mean? And it's why people from 2015 on have gravitated towards Trump, because he feels like they would react. Like he will say, oh, shit. But then you look at someone like Kamala, and she's a very polished person, very accomplished person. But in that debate, she was having moments that for the first time ever felt like moments that we might have up there. Does that make sense? Like when Trump would debate other Republicans leading up to the nomination, or when Trump would debate Hillary or Biden, there was a sense of like, wait, are you not going to say anything about the thing that he just said just now? Why are you staring forward, acting like what you heard wasn't wrong? Why are you like looking to the moderators to fact check? There's nothing more exhausting than when someone who could be a good player is looking at the ref to be like, help. You know what I mean? You say he's lying right now. Like he just lied now, so say it now. Don't later be like, and then they didn't even help. Do you see what I mean? We've watched it happen. We've watched, he was in those debates. Republicans did not know what to do with this man. He was over there telling Ted Cruz to his face, your wife is ugly. And because Ted Cruz doesn't move like a person, doesn't react like a person, he didn't slap him in his face in that moment. No. Trump has shown that the American people were ready and willing for someone unorthodox. You know how much he would have surged in the polls if he had walked over from his podium and was like, what? And then slapped Trump in his face. I know at least his wife would have liked it. You know? I don't even remember what he said about Marco Rubio. I just remember Marco Rubio looking littler and littler every day. Marco Rubio started showing up. I was like, is he 4'8"? Nobody knew what to do. Journalists didn't know what to do. Journalists were like, but you can't say that about the press. But he did it. What are you gonna do? You know? And so now you watch this debate with Kamala, and we've all heard it and probably said it ourselves, that she baited him a lot, but he bit every time. And this is my thing with that, is that decorum aside, don't you want someone representing you that could maybe let something slide? You know, it's got to be tough to be in the public eye. It's got to be tough to be and feel slighted all the time by lots of people that you meet that you don't know and they hate you. But also, you're here to do a job. You're here to do a job on the highest level. So a lot of people won't like you. No matter who wins as president, there will be people who are very upset. Do you really want someone who could be so easily irked? Kamala said, nobody. Kamala said that people leave his rallies early out of boredom and maybe confusion. I don't remember the other thing she said, but she said people were leaving early. And this is what's so interesting about that. We can talk about how much it's warranted or how much of it he egged on or whatever, but there has not been in a very long time a political figure that is as hated as Trump by a lot of people. So a lot of people have said every type of thing about him. A lot of people have drawn him. Do you know how much you gotta hate somebody to draw them? A lot of people, drawings take time. It's one thing to curse somebody out real quick. It's a totally different thing to No, wait, I'm getting his ass. I'm gonna take break, but when I get back, he about to get it, all right? So all manner of things have been said to and about him, about himself, about his family, about how he behaves, about how he actually feels, about Americans in America, all of it. But this thing hadn't been said. And it turns out that this was the thing to say. This was the thing. If you're talking about feelings, this was the thing. And look, as someone raised by black women, don't. Black women know how to hurt feelings. Only a black woman would be like, no, go to his little rally and see him. That's how confident she was in what she was saying, that she told us to go. She was like, look, I'm gonna do something I wouldn't normally do. Go ahead and go. You'll leave early, don't worry. That was the thing. That was the thing. And you could see it happen. You could see it, oh. On his face, you could see it happen. This dude who has held the highest office has been called a traitor. He's been called a Russian asset. He's been called all manner of things. But this was the thing. And it's because deep down at his core, even his supporters will admit that deep down at the base of who he is, Trump is an entertainer. And all I'm saying is, as a fellow entertainer, if someone had said, Josh, people leave your shows early. Out of boredom and confusion, I'd be like, oh, okay, we fighting, say less. This was the thing. That was the thing that like broke through this weird armor. Because I've noticed that Trump specifically has a thing that has always kind of existed in politics, but has never existed to this degree, right? Where Trump has a filter created by his base, by the people who like him, love him, and everything, that he can say whatever he wants, but they will distill it for him for the rest of us. He'll say whatever, and then they will be like, what he meant was... But what he meant shouldn't have been what he said. Because he said this, and you're saying he meant something else, but he also had access to the words you just said. So are you sure he meant what you're saying and not what he said? I'd like to think that when you say something as the commander-in-chief, you mean what you said when you said it. You didn't say something being like, they'll figure it out. And because he has that filter, because that sort of buffer exists between him and like sound arguments and logic. I don't even mean that as like a diss. I literally mean he could say something and then it could spin out past something that he meant for real, right? Because as an example, that's like Trump's vaccine. I know we forget that, and I've talked about it before, but that's like, as far as presidents go, as far as you getting credit for the things you do while you're president, that's Trump's vaccine. But when he tried to say, guys, we did it, we have a vaccine, and his audience booed, he realized what it's like. Oh, I don't necessarily control what goes out, even though I said it. I said you should get vaccinated, and then they booed me. So clearly, it's not like a one-to-one. What I say is not, it won't be exactly what they do. So now I'm also trying to figure out how to like keep them on my side, but win them over, but lead them. I think in that moment you saw him get really worried and confused, and he immediately backtracked. He was like, or don't. And I said all of that to say that the screen, the buffer, the thing that he usually has, I'm not saying he lost it for good in this debate, but he did lose it a little bit. Because I grew up in Louisiana, and I know people who are like hardcore in the MAGA movement, like people who are like, no, Trump is the guy, he is gonna fix everything, right? I've grown up with these people, and we know each other well, and this was the first time that they were like, that wasn't great. Because even in debates against Hillary, they were like, no, okay, he said the thing, and I know it's a good sound bite for you liberals, but like, this is what he meant. And the thing that they're saying he meant, which is what they heard, which is what they decided to hear, is a reasonable thing when they start saying it from their mouth. So now I'm like, oh, okay, if that's what you think, that's what he said, then I can see why you're still like really gung-ho while I'm more put off by what he said, you know? But this was the first time that there was almost like a shared language. There was like a shared reality around like, what's happening to him right now? And he started to spiral, and he said, hey, look, they asked him a question. I can't remember if it was about immigration or the economy, but they asked him a question that should have been a layup for him. And he was still like, can I address the rallies for a second? Which, as a fellow entertainer, I understand. If someone had said that to me, I would have also been like, hey, listen, let me explain, all right? It was a Friday late show. They were tired, okay? You can't put that on me. And he said, can I address the rallies real quick? Because people don't go to her rallies, all right? They don't go to her rallies at all. The people that go to her rallies, she got to bust them in, and then they don't even have fun while they're there. She doesn't have any snacks. Now I'm paraphrasing, but like... But he did. He hit back with like rallies. They asked him underhanded. Should have knocked it out of the park, and he got distracted by rallies and crowd size and things that make sense as a priority if you're an entertainer. But if you're about to be the leader of the free world, they shouldn't matter as much. You know? And you could see him kind of spiraling after that because he was a little frustrated by like this thing that broke through. Then that never happens. Trump is a very hard person to debate because people like him are very hard to debate because they're not trying to have a debate with you. They're trying to make you look dumb. And because Trump is like very good at making other people look dumb, he's very good at debating. You see what I mean? But this was the first time that he was like, what is she talking about? My crowd. And so, you know, he had a bit of a spiral. And before you know it, he was like, look, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, they're eating cats, they're eating... And you could tell in that moment that Trump wanted to say another animal, but he couldn't think of one. Because he says pets, but pets is off rhythm. If you go back and watch, it's like, they're eating the dogs, they're eating cats, they're eating... And you can see for a split second the wheels turn of he's like trying to think of, they're eating the bird. No, we all eat birds. They're eating the pets. You know? And then, you know, Kamala does a thing, and it's a thing that we've done when we've been watching debates, when we've been watching rallies, when we've been watching them on the news. She does a thing that we've done before, that a lot of other politicians have not done on stage with Trump. She laughed at him. And I think there's context to that laugh, because I'm not trying to get too, like, I don't know, like too much of a deep dive into it, but like there's context with that laugh because she's not laughing at him, she's laughing at what he said. And that's really different. It's one thing to say Trump is a joke and Trump is a joke, and you could make the argument that the reason Trump became president was because Obama made him a joke. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Obama made fun of this man and he just sat there quiet, you know? And then years later, he was like, peaceful transition of power, huh? There's a big difference between laughing at Trump and laughing at what he said. You can think that Trump is a joke all you want, but he laughed his way to the presidency. But then when you laugh at what he says, when you take the power out of what he's saying, that's a very different thing. You know, she laughed at what he said for a second. And then there was a second, it was very slight, but there was a second where she was still smiling, but she wasn't laughing. And then there was a second where she wasn't smiling and she wasn't laughing. And it was reminiscent of like, yo. Yo. No, wait, yo. You know? And that's my thing, is I'm like, I look at that, I'm like, wow, that's different, you know? It was very, very different. And the thing I've noticed in both these debates is that they're not even about who did well. They're just about who did the least poorly. That's what we get stuck on. Like, it wasn't even, last debate wasn't even about Trump performing well, it was about Biden crashing out. And then this debate wasn't as much about Kamala winning as much as Trump. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cat. They're eating flamingos. They're eating the pets. No. And it was the first time in all the times that he's debated that Trump looked 78. Because he's 78. And he's got a lot of energy, so we let a lot of those years slide. We don't feel like he's 78. You know what I mean? Like I've known grandpas like Trump. I've known grandpas that were like, oh, he's got so much energy and he's so spry. And he's eating a lot of fast food. But he's 78. You know what I mean? But I guess this is one of my main things about it, is that like, it was the first time I saw him look out of his element on like a really important moment, you know? And I don't want people to think that this is like, that's it. That's all that needed. Not at all. It's harrowing how little it actually moved the needle. Almost everyone feels the way they felt before, even after we saw what we saw. And we agree that it didn't go well for one person. But we're still like, nah, I'm still gonna go the way I was gonna go. That's interesting, you know, that after all of this, they're like tied. Wow, they're tied. In lots of places, they're tied. It's not even like it's working out to be a tie because all this place and all this. No, in a lot of places, they watched that and they were like, I don't know. That's pretty wild, you know? The first time he really looked 78, because it was the first time he said something that like a grandpa would say right before you put him in a home. You know what I mean? Because be honest, if you let a lot of stuff slide as like a child or grandchild, and then grandpa been living by himself, but if one day out of nowhere, and you haven't seen where he saw this on the internet, he just walks up and he's like, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cat. You're like, okay, that's the last straw. I let you put the remote in the mailbox several times. But this is the one that I can't abide. This is, because it really has consequence. And I think that we live well enough here, even though I'm not even pretending things are just phenomenal. I'm just saying day to day, by and large, we do get by. And I think that when you get by, especially comfortably, it can feel like a game. You know, it can feel like something that doesn't matter as much. You know, and it can feel like something that you're just playing at. And I think that, you know, it's important to remember that all of the things that these people say, these are very powerful people already, and one of them is going to become even more powerful. Everything that they say, everything they do has ripple effects. You know, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. It's like a meme. It's like a thing that's starting up. But it's also, which is very, very important, because we did a thing back in 2014, and we've done it ever since, that I don't know how to fix it. I'm just saying what happened from 2014 on. Anyone online that was even all the way from like crazy people down to people who were slightly conservative, right? From 2014 on, were just called Nazis outright. Right? Anything. And even a question, oh, you Nazi, right? To the point where Nazi started to not mean anything. And when it doesn't mean anything, it's hard to make it mean something when like an actual Nazi shows up, right? And I want to be clear here. The thing that Trump said, it is a lie started by a neo-Nazi. I don't care how many people on Twitter try to find something to make it make sense after the fact. It's a thing that a guy said at a community meeting where he was specifically targeting the Haitian community, and he said that we will not be safe the more Haitians we let into it. That's also the other part of the soundbite. Outside of the dogs and cats, this dude was specifically saying, and he gets kicked out of the community meeting. That part also didn't make it into the viral clip, right? And so when people are saying, well, I saw, and they have these fourth-hand accounts of like my brother's, sister's, uncle's girlfriend has a cat that's missing. And they try to put stuff together. There's even a video going around of some people cooking a cat that's from a year ago and not in Springfield. And then that became like evidence. There's another picture of a guy that was walking with two geese that they said he was on his way to go cook, when actually it was found out that this dude was pulling these geese away from a car accident where they got hit, and that he's probably not Haitian. But even so, death threats, bomb threats, all of this horrible, horrific stuff has been happening to the Haitian community to the point where apparently, maybe this isn't true, but apparently even the person in the Facebook group that first posted about, oh, my niece's cat is missing, and thinking, she has even come out and been like, I never meant for it to turn into this. That was just a Facebook post. Maybe she was having a goof with a friend. She didn't think it would come out of the mouth of the former president in a debate where he was flailing. So all these things have real consequences. It's not a game, and we are not chess pieces, you know? And even after the debate, you know, it almost like hijacked the whole narrative of Trump losing the debate and Kamala winning it. Now it became about this weird thing with hate. And it's also already, in that little bit of time since the debate, switched into Africans, because now they were just like, oh, wait, we got it wrong. It's not Haitians, it's Africans that are eating the dogs and cats. And so now it's already shifted just to try to find some truth out of a thing that was a lie, right? And you have J.D. Vance afterwards who, you know, pretty much probably fed that to Trump. And he's sitting there talking to Collins in an interview, talking about, okay, whether we find out that this is somewhat true or only a little bit true, was not willing to call it a lie, right? He says that, you know, we don't have evidence. This is me paraphrasing just for the sake of brevity, but basically we don't have evidence that there's no evidence. And the thing that is like so brain broken about that logic is that it creates a tidal wave of insanity until you can finally make something that you want to be true, right? Because it could ruin anybody's life. For instance, when you look at J.D. Vance, there is No evidence that there's no evidence that he didn't bang a couch. Do you see? Like, do you see how that's an unending thing? How it could ruin your life and never go away? How you can't even sit anymore? Because people see you next to a love seat and wonder. Do you see how insane that is? A lie that we know is a lie, but we'll work our way to figure out how we can make it true, you know? So just please, I mean, look, we watched the debate and it was everything from a little bit boring at times to thrilling. We shouldn't even be debating like this anymore, to be honest with you. We've ruined the debate. The debate is too much like a chess game now, where it's like 90 seconds, 90 seconds, make your move, make your move. That's not how you solve problems. When you go back before debates were televised, the people that showed up were willing to be there for hours. And the candidates had a long time to lay out their position. So there actually wasn't as much of a chance to fully dodge questions, because they were like, what are you gonna do about immigration? And you have until you figure it out. But when it's 90 seconds, you can be like, what are you gonna do about immigration? Well, I believe is time up yet? No, they used to take forever, because that's as long as it takes to figure out a problem. And it's as long as it takes to figure out what someone's real piece on something is, you know? If you could figure out big problems in 90 seconds, we probably wouldn't have any, you know? So just watching this thing of like, and then, it feels crazy. It makes me feel crazy, because I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. They're not gonna make us feel like they have a plan in 90 seconds, you know? And there's too much of an opportunity to get derailed, you know? There was one point where it felt like maybe the only time in the debate where Kamala seemed a little angry. There was only one point, and I don't even remember exactly what led up to it, but she basically was talking about how Trump, which I forgot this happened, because when you live in like a 24-hour, 36-hour news cycle, everything is just sort of going, and there's no time to latch on to anything that matters, and there's no time for like real nuance of an issue. You're just going and going and going. But he did invite the Taliban to Camp David. And I remember when that happened being like, aren't they not supposed to be? The Taliban. Okay. And I remember that moment distinctly, because out of nowhere, Kamala turned to Trump and said, this. And you can tell she's trying to find a word that won't get bleeped. And I know it because she had to reset. She actually closed her eyes for a second. This. Once again, as someone who was raised by black women, anytime my mama looked at me and went, you. In her mind, she killed me. You know, in her mind, my life flashed before her eyes. She would come back. This former president. All right, that one will work. You know, she pointed out something that we all saw. We just didn't seem to remember. Or maybe it wasn't that big of a deal at the time, you know. It's important to remember that we're not like just playing teams. It feels very much like teams, which I think is why so many people are like dug in, and no matter what happens, they're like, I'm not switching teams. But this is not a game, and we're not chess pieces. You know, it's very important. You register to vote. It's very important that you go vote and everything, because it's not going to be won by memes. You know, you can't like internet your way to fixing everything. You know, because I don't know. I don't know how everyone in this room feels or anyone watching feels. I just know that like, I just want to feel comfortable with who is representing me out in the world and in front of the country. I want someone who is willing to maybe move a little bit like I would move. Maybe play chess the way I play chess. And I'm not even good at chess. You know? I just, you know, we all, everyone, no matter where you fall on party lines or anything, everybody wants somebody with a plan. And they asked him. They asked him, it's, you want to repeal and replace Obamacare, and you say that you have a plan. We're asking right now, what is your plan and how would you enact it? And he didn't answer the first time. But when they asked again, they were like, after 9 years, what is your plan to repeal and replace Obamacare? Because I need to be clear here that like, if something is a good idea, a really good idea, I don't care what party it comes from. If something is a smart idea, because I am not playing teams, because I don't feel like this is a game. This feels very real. The things that get said in a presidential debate that are funny, that are a joke for a little while, lead to death threats and bomb threats in real life. All of this is real. So if somebody has a plan and it's a good plan, not only will I hear it out, I might even help them try to make it happen, because it helps a lot of people and it gets us somewhere, right? And so they asked him, after 9 years trying to repeal and replace Obamacare, what is your plan? And he was like, look, I have concepts of a plan. I'm starting to feel like if he had repealed and replaced Obamacare back when he was president, not only would we not have health care, but I'm pretty sure our doctors would shoot us.
Little Rock, Arkansas, please make some noise for Josh Johnson!
I don't know if y'all heard, and I am not an expert. I'm still learning facts about what happened as it's happening, okay? But this whole like Signal group chat thing is one of the, it's truly one of the more insane stories I've seen in a while. Because look, let's be clear with one another, okay? I can only pass so much judgment because I'm not good with two things: phones and secrets. Don't tell me a secret. Don't. You know, I try to be a good friend, and sometimes being a good friend comes with people trusting you with their secrets, and I wish they wouldn't. I really wish they wouldn't, because as an example, I have a friend who she went to Barbados, and I don't think she was drinking or anything, but they drive on the other side of the road and stuff, and she came back from that trip. I tried to be a good friend. I asked her how her day's going. I asked her what her trip was like, just inquiring about her life, trying to make a memory together. Oh, it wasn't so funny when I told you that story about ha ha ha, right? And so sure enough, I asked her how was the trip, and she looking shell shocked. She like, huh. I'm like, hey, you okay? What happened? And she was like, I was driving at night. I forgot which side of the road I was supposed to be on. I just felt a thump, and then I didn't know what to do, so I just kept driving. And now I just know that. Even if I wanted to turn her in, I don't know who to call or anything. I'm like, hey, anybody hit recently? By a woman driving on the wrong side of the road? And not only do I not know what to do with that, because I was trying to be a good friend, I was trying to listen, right? That was a mistake. Not only do I just know that now, but I just told all of you. Like, don't trust me with a secret. I'm also not great with phones. I'm really not. It's embarrassing. I have Gen Z friends who look at me like I'm super old because I don't know what anything is. And then it doesn't help that anytime they helping me download a new app or get on a new game or something, I don't know what happens to you. I used to judge people that were older than me so hard, but I don't know what happens to you when a young person is showing you something and you just can't seem to keep your mouth closed. They're showing me how to do it, and I'm like, uh-huh. I'm not old enough for tongue yet, but that's coming, I used to show my granddad stuff. He'd be like, oh. Ain't no way. And so they're showing me how to use stuff on my own phone. I can't keep my mouth closed, so I know I'm not good with phones. Okay? I be handling my phone. You'd be ashamed of me. You saw me on a day with my phone, flashlight on half the time. Out here struggling, wondering why the battery died. They don't make them like they used to. They don't make them at all like these. I also talk about how they used to make phones. That's how I know I'm also getting older. I remember other phones. They don't make them like they used. That battery used to last through the full week. Meanwhile, I'm spotlighting my feet. Look like my feet are on patrol. No, it's insane. And so they're showing me stuff with the phone. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what Signal was. When I saw the story break and I saw that all of these higher ups, all these people who are supposed to be handling sensitive information at all times, classified information at all times, were using Signal. They were using the Signal app. In my head, this is how bad it is. In my head, I was like, well, didn't the government isn't that the government app? Like, weren't they just using the government app? And then someone explained to me that Signal is just like American WhatsApp. And I was like, oh, that is bad. That is bad. I'm all for modernization, too. I'm all for keeping things as modern as possible and learning new stuff. I love when these Gen Z kids are, yeah, that is a loud one. I was trying to, I didn't know what would be ruder, you know what I mean? Like, because I almost said bless you, but then I was like gonna call attention to it, but y'all are like too polite. That is crazy. I was gonna try to talk a little louder, gloss over it and everything, but y'all really at home together. I think that's beautiful that y'all could be like in the mezzanine, bless you! Yeah. No, I genuinely, when they're showing me stuff, I really appreciate it. I enjoy learning new things and everything. Sometimes I'm intimidated by how much I don't know about a program, but baby steps, you learn stuff. And when I heard that they were doing all this stuff on Signal, I was like, maybe that's too modern. Whatever happened to a phone call?
Do you know what I mean? In the movies, aren't they always on the phone doing this? Where they're like, yeah, strike. Like that. You get taken less seriously as a country when you over here calling bomb strikes with emojis. Do you know what I mean? When they make the movie of America Now and you're in it, you don't want to be in it going, bloop, 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 bloop. Because everybody old, so they got the phone on loud, and so it's all the... You know, because you keep it on loud when you type in, when you old and everything. I do. Anyway, like... Yeah. You know what I mean? Way less badass than like, yes, okay. 1,600 hours, all right. All right. Mission go. Like that's at least in that Top Gun Maverick world. Imagine, when I saw Top Gun Maverick, I was like, I get it now. I get it. A part of me was like, I get it. And Top Gun Maverick did a great job of like not saying which country they were killing people from or anything exactly. You know it's kind of Russian, but like, is it really? And then sure enough, John Hamm standing there. That last sequence. They about to fly off that mission. You worried about Tom Cruise and everything. It's like, hey, these kids are his responsibility, you know? You worried about Rooster. Is he gonna rise to the occasion, you know? He gonna feel his daddy's footsteps. And then John Hamm standing there, arms crossed, and he just goes, send them. That is wild. Imagine if that movie was just John Hamm being like, tick, 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 tick. Bloop. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call real quick. Oh, they got away. And so there's all the talk around it as well. It's so hard to understand any story that comes out now because the spin is as fast as we disseminate the information. You know? So as soon as we were even hearing about this, there were people that were like, actually, they leaked that on purpose. They added this journalist to the group chat on purpose so that they could look like such a cohesive administration, and then he would leak it, and then they'd be like, yeah, we all friends. Because if you're not familiar with what happened, there was a strike that was being planned in Yemen, right? And there's a journalist that accidentally got added to the group chat, and the people in the group chat are like J.D. Vance and some heads of like intelligence and Pete Hegseth and stuff like that. And no one at first was really owning up to who added him. We later find out that I'm pretty sure Walls added him, and it This journalist didn't even think that it was real. It was so dumb. When it happened, this dude, you know, I'm assuming, because he's also a bit older. No. And he said he didn't know it was real until they actually bombed Yemen. And then he, you know, comes forward with, hey, they sent me these plans. He had already left the group as well. When he realized, yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to be in the room.
in the room like, oh. Let me go ahead and notify the right people. Because I've been added to a group chat before that wasn't supposed to be, and it happens, you know? You just type in these random numbers, add people to the chat. One time, I was chilling on a Saturday. Because I'm also. Open it up, and it's just like 6 numbers. And just one text. So they clearly just started it. And it says, "You coming?" I could have been a good person. I could have let them know, "Hey, everybody, wrong person in here. I don't recognize any of these numbers. I don't think y'all know me, but have a blessed day." But I didn't do that. That day, evil did win. And so, you know, you coming, we're waiting on you, right? And so I was like, trying to make up my mind. And then they text back in all caps, "What?" with an exclamation point and a question mark and an exclamation point. "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure about it. I don't know if I feel like it today." And they were like, "We are all waiting on you. We're all waiting on you right now, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, let me get things together." And sure enough, I was watching TV and I forgot that I was doing this, so some time did pass. And finally I got another text. I was like, "Hello," all caps, question mark, question mark, question mark. So they mad. And I was like, "Oh, sorry, traffic." And they text back, "Traffic?" with a question mark. I'm like, "Yeah, it's crazy out here." And then they text back, "Aren't you upstairs?" And admittedly, that was too big of a swing to take, you know? So I was like, "Oh, yeah, you know, I meant traffic, like, in my mind. Like, I'm just, there's just too much going on right now." And they were like, "Come down here now," right? And then I text back, "What if I don't feel like it?" And then they text me, "We've been waiting on you, only you, this entire time, and the wedding is in an hour and a half." And so I text back, "I don't love him," right? And I see bubbles, right? I see the 3 bubbles going. That bubble is furious. It's disappearing a little bit of whoop, and then like coming right back. So in my head, they cursing me out, right? And then it finally comes through, and it's just 3 letters. It's, "Who?" And I was like, okay, thank goodness. That was too big of a swing to take. I'm glad that I'm not the bride. And I still don't know who I am in the group. And so now I'm like, hey, because now I'm curious. Now I'm more curious than I am worried about being caught. And genuinely, I was like, why didn't they just, like, if we in the same house, why didn't they just yell? Like, why didn't they? Do you have, like, most families would just be like, come on down, why are you texting? So then I text, don't even respond to the who. I just text, how big is our house? Because to me, this must be the Home Alone house. If they are texting me, and I've been upstairs this entire time, and they waiting this long, it must be such a big house. No one can be bothered to walk up. And they text back, how big is our house? With a question mark. I'm like, yeah, how big is it? And then they text, are you not at your apartment? I was like, okay, downstairs does make sense now. It makes sense why they wouldn't come up. Okay, I get you. Everybody is on point except for me. I understand now. And so then I text back, look, yeah, I've thought about it. I've thought it over. And I just don't feel like coming, right? Quickly text back, is your sister's wedding and you will support her. And I text back, nah, dog, right? And I knew I messed up because they tried to call me, right? Finally, I had to be like, okay, look, I'm not your relative with a question mark. I'm just like a random guy. I was just joking. But yeah, you should probably text whoever you think you're texting because they were very late. And I just see bubbles, gone, bubbles, gone, bubbles, gone. And I know I'm getting cussed out. Like it's bubbles, gone. And then finally the message comes through and it says, I don't have time to deal with you today. But please believe when I have the time, I will be addressing you thoroughly. I've never heard a threat like that before. Thoroughly. And so I text back, you text me. So, when it comes to the Signal chat, I'm just glad it didn't happen to me. Because I would have made things infinitely worse. They would have been like, we're go for strike in Yemen. I'm like, hey. Y'all ever ate there though? Like, some good spots. Why don't we just let the plane take a day off? Like, chill. They'd be like, who is this? And I'd be like, y'all text me, all right? asking me who this is. That's like one of the top 5 Southern pet peeves is like calling the wrong number. And you called the wrong number. And then you're like, who is this? And they're like, you called me. Explain yourself. Who are you? You the one in my house right now with your voice. You're the intruder. Explain yourself. And so, there's this whole thing. We still don't even know the half of it of what's been going on with Signal, because we also don't know how long they've been using Signal. We don't know why they weren't using more secure methods. And then through, I'm pretty sure, a German publication, they find that some of the top brass in the government are being so unserious with their data that they were able to deliver messages just from personal emails, old emails, and I don't know, man, this is pretty bad. You know what I mean? I didn't recognize how bad it was, and I think a lot of the general public don't really feel like it was that bad because people say it's a successful mission. That's why some people think the leak was on purpose, because it's like all they did was leak a successful mission. And it's like, morality aside, of what a successful mission means for a country that, I don't know, like, has anybody checked? Are we at war with Yemen? I don't know. Mission success, like, but you bombed. Why? You didn't even explain why. I feel like no one's even asking why. They're just like, man, do you see that they text the wrong number? And so you have these people appearing before Congress getting grilled by Democrats, which just doesn't really mean much, if we're being honest. Like, getting grilled by Democrats is like getting grilled by a step-parent. It's like, you're not my real... But what are you gonna do, though? What are you gonna do about it? It's like the first time you get big enough to really step to your dad, and you know you should do it, but you're like, what you gonna do, though? I'll show you how to use your phone, old man. I'm training you now. We the same height. No, it's truly devastating. It's bad because never mind the fact that there are so many leaks, so many breaches, so much hacking going on, but there are still, like, potentially entities from other countries that have infiltrated through other hacks that we forgot about because we get hacked so much we don't really care. I knew a dude when I was growing up that had his house robbed so much he moved and didn't tell anybody, but left some of the stuff so they would only rob that place. Bit by bit, consistently. And it feels like that's what we do with our data. We're like, they're gonna get it, let's just parcel it out. And so you see these officials appear before Congress, and people all of a sudden are getting a very abstract interpretation of what war plans are. Because they're being asked point blank by journalists, like, were those war plans? And they were like, For a group that I'm telling you, I'm positive despises poetry majors. I know for a fact you hate liberal arts, but when they asked you to your face that they were war plans, it's like, what is truly? What is truly an outline of actions, if not enacted upon? Be fit for me? To speak truly of what war is. Does war not start in the soul? War as a concept is all around us. Love is war. Pain is war. Life is truly war. Yeah, but the text message where they said the date and the time and where the pilot was gonna be are those war plans. What does it mean to have a plan, As Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. As the old Southern proverb goes, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Got asked in front of Congress point blank. This was a huge mistake, right? I'm pretty sure it was Walls, maybe it was somebody else, but he was like, no. All right, bro. Okay, do you? Oh. Because I wish I knew enough about how intelligence works, and I wish that I knew enough about how strikes work to explain fully how bad this is. But I think we know. I think we as a society kind of know as soon as you hear the whole story, like, that doesn't sound great. You wouldn't want someone to plan a surprise party like that. Imagine. Your friends try to get you together, and they talking about you so much that one of your friends accidentally adds you, and it's like, well, he's right here. Doesn't that kind of ruin the entire party? No. It's so much around phones that people don't understand. There was one thing, I didn't understand this until recently. I didn't know that you don't know, you have no idea who you are to a woman until you know how you're saved in her phone. Guys, every man in here, we are not ready for the names, for the shorthand. You know how when you save a name, it goes first, last, company? They using that line too. We are not ready to find out how we are saved in the phone. Telling, that's what telling is. I wish I was wrong. I wish it was just me. I wish it was just me getting bullied in other women's phones. These are my friends. These are people I've known for years, and then they saved me some type of way and just never changed it. Years ago, this is why I first had a hunch. Years ago, I was with a friend, and we were hanging out. This has to be like 12, maybe even 15 years ago. We were hanging out, and she lost her phone. So she was like, can you call it for me? And so I call it. And look, we had never been romantic, you know? And we had decided a long time ago to just be friends, right? You know, and calling. I'm hearing a little. And then I find it in between the couch cushions, and my name saved in her phone was Nope. Guys, we're not ready. There's no world where we're ready for how we are saved. And okay, all right. Some of them are so accurate as well that it's like you'll never recover. Okay, I had a friend who, she was hooking up with this guy, and I guess it was a running joke between her and her friends. This is insane. To me, this is insane. It's not my joke. This is what I saw. This is what I saw because I was being nosy, because I was like, I can't be the only one. I needed to not be the only one, because Nope lasted. That stayed with me, okay? So I was like, let me see what other people are saying, right? And they say this one guy in her phone, and
It just said, Little Hitler. And I was like, can you please explain why Little Hitler is calling you right now? Their reasoning for naming, their reasoning was he had kind of a comb over that was a little messy. I was like, hey, you went straight to Hitler? What's wrong with y'all? There was one time where I was out to lunch with a friend and her phone was going off, and it was facing up, and I wasn't trying to be nosy this time. I felt vindicated. Nope, it's not Hitler. And so I was like, it could be worse. And so her phone was going off, and then finally she went ahead and flipped it. But when she flipped it, she showed it for a second, and I looked, and it said in the phone, saved in her phone as bed bugs. And so I was like, I'm not trying to be in your business or anything. I'm not trying to. I saw when you flipped it over because you had flipped it because I wasn't looking until you flipped it until it was like this, and I was like, what's that over there? And so I didn't see until you flipped it that you had him say as, do you know who is bed bugs? And she was like, just this guy. I was like, does he have bed bugs? And no. He doesn't have bed bugs at his place. She called him bed bugs because she slept with him one time and can't get rid of him. And so when Walls is like, hey, sometimes people get added to the group chat under a different name, under a wrong name. Hadn't that ever happened to you? And then the nation was kind of like, no, I don't think it has. Not like that, not exactly, unless you have them saved different. You know what I mean? Unless you have this journalist saved as like War Buddy. I don't know why you would accidentally add him to the chat. It's one of the first major screw-ups of the administration where they themselves are actually like, uh-oh. Oh no. Look, we didn't add him by accident, because I don't know if you saw this, but we didn't add him by accident, okay? He hacked in. Yeah, this dude hacked in. They ran with it for a day, and then it dies. Because when you look at the journalist, I'm not trying to make fun of him, but he doesn't look like he really hacking like that. Like that. I know he got glasses, but not everybody with glasses hacks, all right? Jeez. And so now, you know, they've been ordered by a judge to provide all of these backdated Signal chats that they're definitely gonna delete. Like, when I heard that, I was like, oh, come on now. That's like in one of those sitcoms, and the woman asked the guy for his phone, and he's like, yeah, just give me 20 minutes. It's like, yeah, that's what they're gonna do. No, it's insane. And it's like, successful mission, but by what metric? Why did we bomb Yemen? I still don't know. I mean, I would keep asking, but I'd probably disappear. Curiosity killed me. And then when they were asked, like, okay, but you're definitely switching things up now, right? Like, you've learned from this mistake, and you're gonna move on, and you're not gonna use Signal anymore. And they, under, I think, oath, went, nah, dawg, nah. Pretty bad.
It's Josh Johnson in 3D!
Ooh, I'm in 3D. Good popcorn. All right. No, it's just, okay. I know that there must be black people that live here, but... I looked up the stats and we're here. I don't know where. But sure, I was looking around today and I was like, surely. I like being in Madison. I like Madison's, this is a very sweet place. It's like very earnest, It is. Because even though there aren't that many black people here, y'all seem like disappointed about it, but you'll take it. No, it's just the way that I have seen people today and they smile at me. They smile like... It's like they're excited. They seem excited to see, they don't know who I am, but they just seemed excited. They were like, oh, wow. I don't know, look, I know this place is very liberal. I just don't always know how to feel around liberal white people because sometimes the excitement is almost too much. It's like... Do you know what I mean? I say, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't know what I mean. The excitement is almost a little over the top because it's like, oh, thank goodness you came. But then I'm like, why do you seem so surprised? I only have one gripe with Madison since I got here. I was leaving my hotel, so I got checked into my hotel. Everyone's so nice. Everyone really genuinely here is so sweet. I get there, I check in. They even let me check in early. They didn't charge me or anything. I walked in, and the woman at reception was like... No, I'm telling you, even when I was like, oh, I'm here to check in, and she's like, oh, okay, I can look. Yeah, check-in is a little late. I was like, oh, yeah, I was hoping I could check in early. I don't know if there's a fee or anything like that. And this woman said, oh, no, of course, I'm going to try to get you into a room as soon as possible. It's the least I could do. I was like, for what? What did you do that I don't know that you did? Do you know me? What is happening here? You know what it is, too? I think a lot of the liberal white people that I know have just read too much history, so they're like, ooh. I swear that's it. It's just like, oh, oof, And then we made it worse. Okay, I suppose that in order to address this problem systemically, I could just smile harder. And so anyway, she gets me checked in my room, free of charge, very nice. This is a very, very sweet woman. And then I get to my room, unpack my stuff, and then I'm like, it's a little like stir crazy because I was on 2 planes. I had to fly twice this morning to get here when I wanted to get here to make sure I was here for this. And so I didn't sleep that well, but now I was like overtired. I didn't want to take a nap or anything. And I had just been in like 2 middle seats. I was like, I need to get out. I need to walk and stuff. And so I walk outside of the hotel room and I saw a man playing a harmonica. On its face, nothing wrong with it, right? It was just the way he was playing it. Okay, this is gonna be hard to explain. But just stick with me. You know, like when like a white kid from the suburbs starts rapping? He was doing that with the harmonica. You know what I mean? This dude was very white. It's a nice day out. He was burning, right? He was very, very white. But he was playing the harmonica, not in key, by the way. It's not like, oh wow, where'd he get all that soul from? He just blowing hard. He's blowing. But he playing the harmonica, and you could just see from his eyebrows, he's trying to, I don't know, he's just really trying to play it like he'd been through something. And I was like, nah. Mm-mm. This is uncomfortable. You can tell a lot about somebody by the way they eat fruit. I try not to judge people. Like first impressions are also difficult to shake, but they do not always give you like the full view of a person. Like we get this conflicting thing where we're taught that first impressions are really important, but we're also taught to not judge a book by its cover and everything. So it just leaves us in this place where it's like, okay, give everybody this second chance meeting sort of thing, right? And my struggle is that when you see someone eat fruit, that's all they're doing. They're not telling you, oh, I'm a psychopath. Like they are just eating. They're just having a snack, right? But then the way that they have that snack, it's like, oh, this is you being yourself. And so then if I see you being yourself in a way I've never seen anybody be themselves, I'm going to attribute you being yourself to things that other people don't usually do, like kill everybody, right? I say that because I saw a man eat an apple bottom up. I've never seen something in my life so confusing and graphic at the same time. This man had an apple. He had an apple, and he was holding it like an apple, too. He was holding it like a regular, like the way you would present Snow White with an apple, he was holding an apple. Holding it stem up, bottom down, holding the apple. And then, mid-sentence, pulls out the apple. Right? We're still good. We're still good. This is still law-abiding right here. Mid-sentence, pulls out the apple, holds it up like this, but then still goes like... I should have called the police. Like I should. Do you know what I mean? Like these are the two opposite spectrums. It'll be like, all right. Black people mind their business having a barbecue in the picnic, and then a white lady calls the police because they don't have a permit to be out here with them.
Okay, sure, okay. You get that one, and then I will get, hey, he eating it, look. No, you need to come down to see it. No, when you see it, it'll be a big deal, trust me. Trust me. Okay. All right. No, keep eating. They on the way. No, it's insane. I couldn't look away, but I've never been more confused. You started with the word. I'm pretty sure you're not even supposed to eat the bottom of the apple. Cartoons don't eat the bottom of the apple. In a cartoon, they'll have the apple like a C, just none of the stem, none of the bottom. You went bottom first. You ate an apple by its knuckles first. I know you are out of your mind. I don't even know what is that at the bottom of the apple? Cause you know that sticky, it's like where the seed finished opening up or something, it's like spiky, and that's first. That's the first thing you taste when you eat an apple, and you kept eating the apple. And then you ate the core too, because now every bite is like an eighth core. So then you are having the worst version of an apple anybody's ever had. It would be like if you watch someone cut a pie and eat it, and they also ate the tin that the pie... Y'all aren't upset enough about this, and y'all gotta start making some decisions. You're either gonna have more black people in Madison, or you need to get more upset about what I'm talking about. I refuse to live in a world where y'all are over here. But then I tell you about this man eating an apple, and you're like, live and let live. Like that will not happen. I promise you. This is insane. It was so crazy. It was at one point, this dude was eating the bottom of the apple, still holding it from its side, which can't be a comfortable position, because now you are eating an apple as a human the way a dog licks peanut butter out of a cup. It's like, how are you even getting to the part you're trying to eat anymore? Also, why are you holding it over your head? By the time he got done, because then he also ate the whole apple. This is how I knew he was a real psycho. This is how I knew he had somebody in the basement. This is how I knew that he worships the devil, something. Because by the end, last few bites, he was just holding it by the stem. And at the very end, put the whole thing is about pop. Stem right here. See, now you're getting upset. Now this is what I needed. Pops the whole thing out of his mouth like once again like a cartoon, but when a dog would eat a chicken bone and just pull it all out, right? And then look, I really try to be like y'all, a live and let live type of individual, you know? I didn't, the whole time he was eating the apple, I only went, once, right? Okay? But when he was done, he was done eating the apple, he put the stem in his pocket. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it all. But that was when I thought to myself, we clearly got to kill him. We clearly, nobody else does this. What is the stem? Why are you collecting stems? That's witchcraft right there. That is, hit him with a Bible. I bet he burned every time. Put the stem in his pocket. Made me sick. And look, sometimes I can admit, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know everything. So I was sitting there, and having lunch with some friends. My friend pulled out a kiwi. I didn't know you could eat the skin. I didn't know you could eat the skin. They pulled out a kiwi and they bit it in the face. Imagine a little kiwi cartoon. Like imagine, like those cartoons they show the kids to get them to eat their vegetables and the fruits and stuff. Imagine a little kiwi over here dancing. And then she come along, she pick up the kiwi, and it's like, ooh, you're about to get some vitamins, right? And then she bit down, bit across it. All I can imagine that same cartoon kiwi like, it was gonna get eaten anyway. Not like this. Bit that thing in the face, whole started chewing and everything. And so once again, this is me. I didn't know you could have the skin. So I was like, ew. Is nobody else gonna say anything? Apparently I was the only one at the table that didn't know you could eat the skin. But then when I found out you could eat the skin, I was like, oh, okay. Could and should are different. Like, just bit this kiwi in the face, full skin, and you basically eating Velcro and kiwi. If you can bite into a kiwi with the skin on, unwashed, just full on. Yeah. If you can do that, I bet you could bite a person right on their head. I bet you. She did it cold, no emotion. What are people doing out here? What are people doing? Ooh. People making me nervous. People make me nervous because none of us exist in a vacuum. All of our decisions affect all of us. Every decision affects everybody else. Some of them don't. Some of them don't. You wake up in the morning, you want to have apple juice or orange juice, that's on you. It's all juice. It's all too much sugar. You're going to be tired at 2 p.m. Maybe that affects me if, you are the person that I go to at the bank that has to tell me about my loan. And now you're, sleepy while you're going over my rates. Yeah, I guess then I'm affected. But not every decision. Just a lot of decisions that you make affect other people that you don't even know yet. You haven't met these people. But what you do affects them. So it's important that you just are mindful of the decisions you make. It's kind of like when people have a kid, my friends started having kids years ago. So now all my friends' kids are these little people. These now they talk. Before it was like a little baby that you could hold and oh, you want to hold him? I'm like, does he want to be held by me? That's no one cares. Hold him. And then you hold him and the baby's like, oh, what? You know, when babies give you that look that's you are clearly no one I've met before and I haven't processed extra people yet, so oof. And then because the baby's cute, you're bringing the baby up to your face, so you talking right to it, but you gotta think about aspect ratio. All right? I understand the baby is adorable. The baby's very sweet. You pick up a baby, you want to hold the baby. Oh, look at your cute baby. You want to make them laugh so that, you can have that memory. They won't remember. But then you pick up the baby. You got to remember, you are a giant. You are You are the biggest person this baby's ever seen up close, right? And the baby doesn't have like the object permanence to understand as we get closer, you're not getting bigger. So when you bring the baby right up to your face, that's why the baby's like, whoa. Being held all uncomfortable. Like, especially grandparents. Grandparents be out here picking the baby right up, kissing the baby. That was a light year that just passed by for that baby. The baby got picked. Whoa! Ow! You know, and so the baby's doing the best they can, and then you put the baby down, falls asleep, doesn't even, if it had a bad experience, it doesn't even remember. It's not even like, oh, remember the time that giant came right at me? The baby never, that's not like a core memory for anybody. You know, and so the baby, you know, goes back to sleep and everything. Then years, a couple years go by, and within those years, this baby's like a little, now they know words, they've caught on to some of the words, and it's, oof, too much. This is the thing I wish we could skip. The experience I'm having with my friends' kids right now is like too much. I think we should go from baby to like 22. Like we gotta skip a lot of this other stuff because now my friends' kids, I'll come over and my friends' kids are old enough to notice things about me and say them out loud that I'm insecure about, and they don't have any manners because they are before manners were invented. So then they just say it. They're just like, your ears are small, and it's like, that's okay. Wow. Yeah, I'll just take that to dinner with your parents. I'll just think about that for the rest of my life. Because you're a child, and it was so honest that it's definitely true. Nightmare stuff. Just absolute nightmare fuel. My friend's kid, very sweet, very cute, will not stop whispering. And I hate it. I hate it. We'll be with everybody. We'll be in the room with everybody. Everybody's hanging out together. And then child walk up to me and go, hello. No. Unless you feel like fighting, no. And then they're over here doing whatever the parenting thing is to do now, where they don't tell their kid not to be creepy. So then kid love walking right up and telling you something that would be harrowing even if they weren't whispering. But the whispering is exponentially scary. They love to walk up and get close to your ear and stuff, and it's like, you just sneezed. You gotta chill. You have to chill. No boundaries. No understanding of germs at all. Get right up in your ear. I had a dream. And now because it's a child, and if you freak out, it like ruins the child's life. So then you have to sit there like that wasn't terrible. Like you weren't just watching TV and then heard that in your ear and didn't want to go, oh! Like you have to check yourself as an adult. Come up in your ear, you're like watching the game with their dad. I had a dream. Oh, okay, buddy. What was your dream about? You don't even want to ask that when it's an adult. Yeah, bud. I want you to have confidence when you get older. So what was your dream about? What was the dream? I had a dream that you died. You're not gonna do anything about this. You're not gonna say anything. You're not gonna tell him that there are some thoughts that stay thoughts. You're not gonna tell him that some things stay in your head. terrifying, because then the way that people raise their kids does affect everybody. Because now we are all living with the consequences of other people's kids, because that's who we are. We're all other people's kids. I like to think that my parents did a good job because I'm alive. Baseline, I know how to be alive. My mom isn't here. She's not in the building. And I made it to the building. So I did develop some skills. I learned how to get myself from a place to a place, right? My mom is chilling at home right now, and I am here, and I didn't need her to get me. Okay, we're good, And then it goes further than that. It's like we're dealing with people who are the product of what their parents taught them was okay or bad or judge them for, and we're all trying to figure it out together, because then nobody's parents were perfect. So then there were some things that aren't even a big deal, but their parents made a big deal out of. So then you as a adult will make a friend, and then out of nowhere there'll be a behavior that you question. You're like, why is this thing happening? And then you find out, this thing happened when I was little, and that's why I am the way I am, at least in this one regard, right? People are always changing and everything. But every time you play softball together, maybe you work in the same office, and you play softball on the weekends, and every time they hit a home run and they come to home plate, stomp home plate, they're all proud of themselves, and they come back to the dugout and you go to high five them, they flinch. And you're like, okay, there's something to unpack there. That's unfortunate. I think about that because when I was little, I was making my friends, but all of my friends were also the products of whatever their parents were doing. And so then I was over here just living my life and, playing with my friends and everything. And then one day, I was wildly itchy. I was freaking out. I was like, this is crazy. And my mom lifted my shirt, and woof, it was bad. It was very bad. I had chicken pox. I had chicken pox because someone else was nasty. Do you know what I mean? I'm out here playing kickball, but they have chicken pox. They are over here. Get to home plate. Get home, got chicken pox. Couldn't go to school, because my mom is a good person. She didn't do what the other parents did, which was send their kid to school with chicken pox. Just be like, he'll work it out. And some of us never get out of that thing, by the way. That's a thing I think we learned in COVID. No matter what political leanings you have, no matter how you feel about how your state or this state or the government at large handled COVID, we can all agree that people are nasty. People are incredibly nasty. People are so nasty. Sometimes you'll watch a person being nasty because you're like, all right, this is the best I can do right here. If I stare, that's the social cue to stop. No, don't look away. Don't look away. We got to keep looking at him until he stops. And some people just never signed that part of the social contract. They didn't initial it or anything. They see you staring and they're like, oh, it's a show. Okay. People are disgusting, which is why COVID was so scary. Because we were like, all right, well, then I'm gonna get it because half the people at work stay sick. They stay sick. They stay coming to work, and they think they're doing something because they brought a tissue box with them. And they come inside, and then they cough on everybody, and then they get better, and then we're all sick. And then you cough, and they're like, "Are you okay?" How dare you ask me if I'm okay? You disgusting. You gonna ask me if I'm okay. You know you patient zero in here. People act like nobody keeps track. I'm petty. I keep track. I see somebody walk in and go, I'm like, all right. May 5th. No, if you petty, you do your own contact tracing. I've been in break rooms before where I was watching somebody. I've been watching them all day. Okay. April 2nd. Then sure enough, I'm not following them. I'm going about my business. I'm doing my day. But anytime I see them, I see them. Anytime I see them, I watch them. I'm watching what they're doing. And then especially if they got the same break time as me and we're both in the break room, I'm like, all right. Trust me, if you sick in the office, I'm a Karen. I'm a Karen 100% of the way. I'm over here just... I'll literally be over here looking around the corner, see what you're touching. And not only, look, hey, when it comes to being sick in the office, not only am I a Karen, I'm a snitch too. Because then you go ahead and leave. I wrote April 2nd in my little notebook. And then somebody else come in to warm up their lunch from home. I'm like, don't touch, Deborah, just touch the microwave. Don't touch the microwave. You can Clorox it if you want, but Deborah, just touch that microwave. She been coughing. She been sneezing all day. All right, don't listen to me. No, ahead. Go ahead. Touch the buttons. Touch 3 minutes. Let's see what happens. And because I'm petty, I'll sit there and be like, all right, Pete, April 2nd. Touch the microwave. 2 minutes after Deborah. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all these notes. I just have them. I bring it up because there's a cruise we're all worried about. There's a cruise. I'm not a doctor. I don't even know all the ways you can get sick. I used to think it was just ear, nose, and throat. And then I found out about other stuff and I got way more scared. I was like, if you really looked into it, you could read about all sorts of diseases, especially you go to like medieval times and stuff like that. They used to do fillings different. Like when you need a filling in your tooth, they used to do fillings different. And when they did them this way for a really long time because they were like, gold and some of these other metals, they last forever so they won't rust, so you don't have to worry about getting some sort of infection in your mouth after you get the filling, right? But then the way that they would do them back in the day, because they didn't have state-of-the-art technology, there would sometimes be air pockets. And so then you would be walking around with that air pocket in your filling. And that air pocket would build up pressure over time, and that pressure would cause such an intense pain that you would feel like you were losing your mind. Like there's like documented stories of people going through so much pain, they feel like they're going crazy, and you don't attribute it to just the tooth. It's like a pain in your entire head. And then the tooth explodes. And you feel fine. That is one of the crazy... When I heard about that, I was losing my entire... When I heard that there were people, and multiple people, this happened to tons of people back in the day, where they would be going through this incredible pain, just like some of them weeks and weeks of pain, and then out of nowhere, their tooth would explode out of their mouth. they'd be like, oh, I can't take more. Ah, ow, ow, oh, my mouth hurt. Oh, bow. And then they went, huh. I think I'm fine. I think I'm actually okay. That's crazy. You would think if your tooth explodes, your head gotta go with it. Like, it's just... Isn't that the whole thing of Mission Impossible? Where he's like, I'm gonna blow up your head, I'm gonna blow up your head. Unless Ethan brings me the rabbit's foot, I'm gonna blow up everybody's head in here. Then you have real teeth exploding and people are like, oh, wow, yeah. Okay. I guess I can carry on. No. That blew my mind. And so I don't know anything about medicine. I still don't even know if I know how to pronounce the hantavirus. People are catching the Hannah Montana, all right? I'm gonna call it the Hannah Montana because I don't know any facts about it. And I feel like when you don't know facts about something, but then you say the thing, then people think you know something. So I'm just gonna call it the Hannah Montana so everybody knows how ignorant I am to the entire thing. Now, I didn't even know what this was, but apparently you get it from rats, like all good plagues. Man. Yeah, apparently you get it from rats, and there was this couple that was in Argentina. This is all, look, so far, even with the way that we understand the story and the way that we're tracing it, is all a narrative that I'm not even sure what the source is from. We just know who got sick first, who passed away, and where they were beforehand. So this couple went bird watching in Argentina, and I guess one of the bird watching locations was a landfill. You know how bad you gotta want to see a bird? If I wanted to see a bird and somebody was like, oh, we gotta go to this landfill in Argentina, I'd be like, all right, I'll Google it, never mind. No, I'm good. And so anyway, they go to this place, they do the bird watching, which also, I wonder if birds like being watched. Do you ever wonder if birds think we're perverts? Or if they think we're on the hunt, like we eat birds. We, as humans, we eat birds. And so if you're a discerning bird, you don't know that we're just there to take a peek. You might be like, all right, they I don't know, they like chicken. And I'm a little chicken. I'm a tiny one that can fly. They might want some of this. I don't know. You know, just over here, binoculars on, being extra still. What if the bird always sees the bird watcher too? We always act like the bird is just like lit, but what if they're like... Is he? Is he laying in the grass with binoculars on? Does he think we can't? Does he think we can't see him? Because bird watchers come in all types. There's some bird watchers that'll just stand there with their binoculars and be like, all right, joy, right? And then there's these bird watchers who get like National Geographic with it. They get all low.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Lift those wings. You dirty birdie.
This bird just trying to go about his day. Sometimes a bird just lands somewhere. I feel like that's to just go ahead and get it over with the bird watcher. Sometimes a bird lands close and they're like, oh! I love that. I love when they're doing that thing. Of like, I once went on this hike against my will, and there was bird watchers. There were bird watchers with us, and every time there was a bird that landed, didn't matter how close or far away it was, the wife would turn to the husband like, Philip! Philip! Look. And then the wife would turn, as soon as she got his attention, he would look at the bird, she'd turn back and look at the bird and be like, and so these bird watchers went to Argentina. They went to a landfill. And then I guess they came in contact with a rat or something. And then they went on a cruise. They went on a cruise with people from all over the world. I've just never seen a weekend be the worst possible scenario. It feels like out of a movie. We're going to get in contact with this incredibly rare virus, and then we are going to go to the United Nations of Fun. And we're going to make sure that we're stuck with everybody there in the water, so it's like no one's leaving. So we have to give it to somebody. And then, sadly, I believe it was the husband passed away, and then the wife was gonna go ahead and leave. So then the wife left. She, I think, was examined or something like that. Might have been in South Africa. And then she was gonna take a flight. They were Dutch. And so I guess she was gonna take a flight from their home. So she's on the flight. And even in that part of the story, I was like, oh, a flight. A flight. Please tell me she didn't have a middle seat. A flight. And so I was like, okay. And look, clearly, it's not like people got on the boat knowing what this was. Clearly, when people were on the boat, and even when they were trying to handle the situation, they didn't know exactly what this was. But then she fell ill quickly. Like quickly, because he was 70, and I believe she was 69. And so then they're realizing, okay, people are getting sick on the boat, which is actually normal for a cruise. It's actually one of the most terrifying things about a cruise. It's like, hey, do you want to come be in a hotel where everybody can catch the same cough? We're going to be at sea, so there's nowhere to go. So if you know somebody's sick, you will get it, whatever it is. And so then they realized that people on the boat were getting sick, and then news got out to the rest of the world that wasn't on the boat. And we had to decide as people how we were going to behave. Because a lot of people are showing sides of them off of the news of this boat, saying things that I'm not saying. I am not saying this, but there were people that were like, okay, so they gotta live on the boat now, right? Like there were... There were people who were like, because then obviously the people on the boat have their Wi-Fi and they're making TikToks and stuff like that, and some of them are getting play-by-plays about what's happening. They're like, just remember that we are that we're going through this thing too, and that we're human. We're not just a story and everything, which is reasonable. And then in the comments, there were people that were like, "Nah, you home? You." There were people in the comments being like, "Look, I will send you whatever you need. I will send you." And it doesn't help that the boat is full of people that are from all over the world. So this is immediately all over the world. Like if you think about it, if they were just like, "Hey, dock it," and just let everybody go, that's the world, because everybody's going back to almost all the countries except maybe Argentina. I don't know. And that is terrifying, because we did not handle COVID well. And so to get pandemic-wise, it feels a little like Spider-Man to me, where it's like, we don't need a reboot so soon. Like, we all know who Uncle Ben is. You don't need to... Please don't kill Uncle Ben again in front of us. It's sad every time. It's always sad. We get it. We connect with Peter as a person because he lost Uncle Ben, but we don't need to... No. Please don't do it again. And we didn't do well. And you could even make the argument that we had better circumstances the last time. Obviously, we had horrible communication from like a government CDC level. We had horrible trust issues with every department of like government and science. And at the same time, social was like creating a frenzy, because then you didn't know who was reporting facts and who was just saying stuff, or who was just saying what they think instead of waiting for like experts to come. And also the other thing is that science is hard. Like, science is difficult, so then science doesn't know right away. Like, if you actually talk to a scientist about a potential pandemic or about something really serious where a lot of people could get sick, a real scientist will tell you, "I don't know yet." They won't have just answers for you right. That's someone telling you something that just acts like they know everything immediately. So that's how science works, which is unfortunate, because we like answers now. We would love to know now, you know? It's like, I feel bad for doctors, because in every case of a doctor trying to do their job, it's almost exactly like a UFC or a boxing match, where if you watch combat sports, like watch a lot of combat sports, and when you watch it, sometimes someone on one side will piece up the other person so effectively that even the referee is like, "Whew, we should bring the doctor in." And then the doctor checks you and goes, "This person's still fit to fight," or "This person's not fit to fight." So sometimes the fight it comes to a conclusion through a doctor's stoppage, right? So that's not considered a knockout. It's still considered a win because you did that to them. But it's not considered like you gave up or anything. It's a doctor stoppage. And if you were to ask a doctor before the fight started, the doctor would probably be like, "Y'all shouldn't do any of this." "You about to do what? This sounds like a horrible idea." That's terrible. And so then when the fight has started and people are getting kicked in the head, punched in the face, kicked in the head, tripped, pushed down, like choked a little bit, but then they let them go and then they slap, you know, all the stuff. And then the ref is like, look, you're doing a lot of winning right now. I'm just gonna make sure you're not winning so much you kill him. Let's bring the doctor in. I think if I was a doctor for a combat sport, I'd be like, "Oh, now you want to listen. Now you want to hear what I have to say. That's interesting. Because I remember telling everybody that nobody should be here. I remember that. Not only do I remember that, that was 8 minutes ago. I told you. You the one over here, ooh, like I told you not to do it. So now I gotta put the flashlight in your eye and go eye to eye and see if the other eye responds, or if not, you're like half brain dead or something like that. So now I gotta pretend on this farce with all of you that y'all listen to me. All right, your eye followed me the whole time. So clearly you can see eye to eye, and yeah, if you think in the 8 seconds I've been looking at you that you have learned karate, then yes. Yes, you're fit to fight. You're fit to continue to lose. And that's what this feels like, because it's like we might have another very big and bad thing on our hands. A lot of people, myself included, hope that it's not gonna be some huge ordeal. It just doesn't help the circumstances that we're in right now. We're not in fantastic circumstances, you know? I don't know exactly because I don't follow it closely enough. I just watch it when it's already happening. But I'm pretty sure the World Cup is in like a month. So then they already sent everybody in the world back out. And then everybody in the world gonna come here. And we haven't learned. We still nasty. We are still very nasty. We still got a lot of people don't know what a tissue is, don't know what a Clorox wipe is, never met soap. So I'm not doing that thing where I'm like, ooh, these people might bring it to us. It might be here, and we might kill them. I don't know. We are also nasty. There are people here who eat apples bottom up. We are also I'm not doing that thing where I'm like, oh no, what if people get us? It will probably be us getting us sick. And then us spreading it to the rest of the world because, you know, we got bird watchers here too. I don't know, because I genuinely feel for the people on the boat that's got to be terrifying, and then it's got to be crazy to then go home and people find out you were on the boat. You might not even bring it up. Imagine you don't even bring it up, which is impossible. Everyone that I know that's ever been on a cruise has brought it up. But imagine you don't even bring it up. You have the discernment, right? That you don't even bring it up. But then somebody like me, nosy, it's like, where were you May 3rd? May 3rd, Deborah. Because now imagine you get home and you were on that cruise and you don't even bring it up, but then somebody outs you as being on that cruise. Now, for however long, this thing has an incubation period of up to like 8 weeks. So now, for weeks and weeks and weeks, every time somebody around you, they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? No, how you been? How you been? You good? No, you don't want to walk around being treated like a pariah. That's terrible too. And then we are in a very rough position right now because we already, as people, as a country, as individuals, we're already doing our best, scraping to get by in spite of everything that is happening, everything that is going on. We got a war we don't understand, and the tariffs we don't understand. We don't know much. But we are all affected by somebody's kid. And so it scares me. I'll be honest with you. I'm nervous. I'm scared just like you're scared. And there's a part of me that wants to be incredibly optimistic and say, hey, we got through
the last thing, we'll get through this thing, right? But the truth of the matter is that everybody didn't get through the last thing, and there's a lot of things that could have been done better. There's a lot more honesty that we could have had with ourselves and each other. You know, you now look back at that time, and there was a couple people who they had it. Do you know what I mean? It's not even that big of a deal. Like, now we don't judge the way we'll judge. Right out of COVID, if somebody told you they had COVID and they still went and did something, you'd be like, oh, I didn't know you were a murderer. Okay, I didn't know you were a killer. No, that's good to know. No, I'm clocking that in my head that you're willing to kill everybody in the room. That's all right. You bite kiwis in the face. I see you. I see you. No, you were bored and sick and wanted to go to the party and get everybody else sick. Okay, I know. I see you now, right? And so now, you know, people look back at that time and they don't have as much judgment for those moments because we're not in the same place in our minds as we were back then. But we also didn't have RFK Jr. as the head of Health and Human Services, and I think that's also a big difference. Yeah, I mean, RFK Jr. out here looking like he's been training for this his whole life. And not to be the head of Health and Human Services, I'm saying he looked like he'd been training to see what every virus tastes like. That dude make me so nervous sometimes. I feel every time I see him shake hands with somebody, I'm like, RFK Jr. May 8th. No, every time this dude over here tried to get sick, drinking raw milk for no reason, chasing it with a sewage swim. I've never seen somebody so dedicated to sickness. They need to stop doing that cartoon Mucinex and put RFK Jr. in there. Cause that's how you feel when you're sick. When you, I hope nobody catches the Hannah Montana. But if you get it, I bet it feel like RFK Jr. twerking in your stomach. Because I can't act like I know what to do here. I'm not gonna pretend, and I can't tell you what to do. All I can say is please remember yourself and your neighbor. Remember, we got through one we didn't get through with everybody, which is a tragedy. It is. I would never disregard the fact that we've lost people that we didn't need to lose through failures that we should learn from. But please, just remember to take care of each other and to wash your hands. I'm begging you to wash it. As soon as you weren't thinking about COVID anymore, people just walk. I've seen so many men walk right out of the bathroom and I'm like, that's a killer. That's a murderer right there.
Mira,